Hello everyone, welcome back. It's again Divya here. Today I'm back here with a new topic as a continuation of matter, that is states of matter. Matter mainly exists in three states: solids, liquids and gases, and of course you are having plasma also. In this class we are going to discuss on solids, liquids and gases. Let us see one by one now. First, solids. Now, as you can see in the figure, it is a state of matter having a definite shape and volume. Whatever solid shapes you are having or whatever matter exists in the solid state, all the particles will be arranged very closely like this, having a strong attraction between them. As we have already learnt in matter, they are having strong intermolecular forces between them, or strong intermolecular force of attraction between them. Now, as usual, whatever objects in solids we are going to consider around us, we can say that, or we can see every solid objects, it is going to have a definite shape and volume. Now, when we come to the case of liquids, liquids actually have a definite volume, but they don't have a definite shape. That is, they actually take the shape of the container in which they are going to be kept. Say for example, if for water, as such running water, it is not going to have any shape at all. But if we are going to take the same water in a jar or a beaker or in a glass, the shape there, we are going to say that whatever is the shape of that container, water is going to take the shape of that particular container only. Now, when you talk about the molecules in a liquid, when comparing to solids, these molecules are more free to move in case of a liquid than solids. Or in other words, you can say that the intermolecular spaces in between the liquids are more when compared to solids. Comparing the intermolecular force of attraction, liquids are having comparatively less force of attraction than solids. Now, since these particles are having enough space or intermolecular spaces in between them, they are free to move along their fixed positions than solids. Or in liquids, the motion of particles and hence the kinetic energy of the molecules are more. Now, when we talk about gases, you can see in the figure itself, since the intermolecular space is so large when compared to liquids and solids, they don't have definite shape and don't have definite volume. Like liquids, gases also take the shape of the container, and when you compare the shape also, whatever container you are going to have the gas within, you can say that gas is going to acquire the shape of that particular container. Now, we have already told that when you compare the molecules of gases, they are farther apart because intermolecular spacing is very large when compared to solids and liquids. Now, in solids, kinetic energy is less as they are very tightly packed, or intermolecular spaces are very less. But when we saw in the case of a liquid, when compared to solid, intermolecular spacing is more and the molecules are a little bit more free to move in liquids, and hence they have kinetic energy. Now, when you come to the gases, the intermolecular space is too much, that is, the molecules are very free to move here and there, so that they possess more kinetic energy than liquids or solids. And when we talk about the movement of the particles in liquids and gases, we have already learned about random motion or zigzag motion. That is, these molecules are moving without any specific direction. They are free to move as they like. Now, we have seen about solids, liquids and gases separately. Let us tabulate it together and compare it. Now, when you come to the bonds, that is intermolecular force of attraction, or that bonding between the solid, liquid and gases, the intermolecular bond is strong in solid because they are closely packed or tightly packed. In liquids, relatively stronger than gases but less than solids, because when you compare liquids with solids, the molecules in the molecular space is more, and it will be very weak in case of gases because the molecules are very far apart, or intermolecular spacing is too much. Now, when we come to the shape and volume, Solids are having fixed shape and volume. Liquid, they don't have fixed shape, but they have the fixed volume of the container in which they are. And when we come to gases, they don't have shape and they don't have volume also, but like liquids, they can acquire the shape of the container in which they are taken. We can guess like that. Now coming to the arrangement of particles, as we have seen, solids, it will be very tightly packed and closely arranged. Little bit less in case of liquids, that is the molecules, intermolecular spacing will be more, and in gases the particles are far apart and more will be in a random motion. Now when you talk about density, due to tight packing, automatically density will be very high. Liquids also very high, and in case of gases the density will be low. Now intermolecular forces, as we have said about the bonds also, and intermolecular spacing or particle separation. Particle separation, you can call it as intermolecular spacing also. In case of solids, intermolecular force of attraction is more. Particles are having intermolecular spaces very less, but particles are held close to each other. Now in case of liquids, the force of attraction is comparatively less compared to solid but more compared to gases, and here the molecules, particles, intermolecular spaces more than solids but less than gases, but force, they will be slightly separated. Now in case of gases, force of attraction will be very less and it will be widely spread due to high intermolecular spacing between them. Now coming on to very interesting thing about these three states of matter is that they are interconvertible, or solid can be converted to liquid or gas, and vice versa also. Liquid can be converted to gas or liquid, vice versa also. Like that, gas can also be converted to liquid and solid, vice versa also. Now the process of converting solid to liquid, you call it as melting, and back liquid to solid, you call it as freezing. For example, solid, you can take the case of ice. Ice to water, it is melting, and water back to ice, you can call it as freezing. Now between liquid and gas, liquid to gas conversion, you call it as condensation, and gas to liquid conversion, you call it as evaporation. Right? For example, water to water vapor will be evaporation, and water vapor condensing back to liquid will be condensation. And when you compare gases and solids, here also again, solid to gas it will be sublimation, and from gas to solid it will be deposition. The same thing you can take the case of water vapor and ice also. This interconversion of the different states of matter, you actually call it as the change of state of matter, which is yet another and important topic. We'll be doing it as a separate video. Now with this, the topic is going to be winded, and what you can do is you can read your prescribed textbook, whatever it is. You can try solving the backside questions and numericals if any. If you have any queries related to this topic, put it in the comment box. I'll reply back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for